We're going to take another look at the 2024 recruiting class, and today we're going to shine a spotlight on five-star receiver Mylan Graham, who signed with Ohio State. He's being slept on. I'm not hearing a lot of people talk him up, but I caught a glimpse of the highlights. Things are looking good. We're going to go over the highlights today. We're going to go over his 24/7 Sports player profile page so we can get a look at that scouting report and how he's rated. Before we do, you need to click that subscribe button right now. Tap it with the finger on your phone. Click it with the mouse on your computer, because we're covering these prospects from the 2024 recruiting class all offseason long, so you can get an idea what your college team is getting with their freshman class. And when these guys start going off, you'll have an idea of who they are, and it all starts here. Click that button. Stop missing out. Let's look at Mylan Graham. We're going to start off with the 24/7 Sports player profile page. If you're here for just the highlights, just fast forward a couple minutes. You'll get there. I promise you, we'll look at those. But he's a five-star recruit. Ranked wide receiver 9 in the class. Wide receiver 7 in the composite. Signed with Ohio State. 6'1", 170. Probably a little bit thicker right now due to these heights and weights being a little bit old, because these sites get them like months in advance from now. That being said, we got a big-time recruit on our hands here. When we look at the offers here, we got 26 offers. Looking at some of these top schools that are just here at the top. Not all of them, but Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn. We got Colorado. Deion's been on him. So some top-tier Power 5 programs have been looking at him. Of course, you got that 5-star rating. So, of course, top-tier Power 5 schools are looking at him. Was in the Under Armour All-American game. They have him projected as a second-round pick, but compared to CeeDee Lamb, if you look at the scouting report here, it's very light. They did not go in depth with him, but he's got a longer frame, shows good accelerations, looks like a high-end prospect who can be elite. So they are saying some things here. Says he's got good technical skills, good high pointer as well. You're going to see all that on tape today. I promise you that. I got to see a little bit of it when I clipped it. I try to watch it with you guys before seeing all of it so I can react to it. But from what I saw, he's looking pretty good, and I feel like people need to talk him up a little bit more. 2022 finished junior season with 48 catches, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. 2021, 19 balls, 277 yards. Looking at the timeline here, he signed with Ohio State on December 20th, committed to them in April, had another visit in June, also had an offer from Texas A&M, offer from Florida. Everybody wanted him. All the top Power 5 schools wanted him. He was a highly sought-after athlete in the 2024 recruiting class. 5-star prospect, going over to 0-3 here, and they got him as a 5-star recruit as well. Wide receiver 5 in the class. 24/7 Sports has him as wide receiver 9. So 0-3 is a little higher on him. Rivals is a little higher on him as the wide receiver 6. Wide receiver 8 on ESPN. So we're looking at a prospect here that's highly regarded in the recruiting ranks. And I'm not hearing many people talk him up. Probably because he's shadowed by Jeremiah Smith. But they got another good wide receiver, the Buckeyes do. I'm excited to see him develop with this team. And I saw about half the clips here, about a minute or so, when I was clipping them. But things are looking good. We're going to go over those right now. So here's him just catching the ball overhead. And now we're going to get upfield. You see the stutter step there. And now we're going to pull away. Pulling away and creating distance, separation. We got some burst there. We got some burst. We got some speed. He's very electric. That's one thing you can say about him. So now we're going to do a punt return here. There he is. Catches it. Makes the guy miss. Look how explosive he is. He kicks it on real quick here. And gets yards, eats chunks of yards. What's in front of him, he takes. Go. Ball comes his way. Makes a guy miss. Good dead leg. Another good dead leg. Now we're off to the races. He is dangerous with the ball in his hands. He's very dangerous when he has it in his hands. He can really eat yards by the chunk. That's one thing we can see out of him. Now we're going over the middle of the field. We're calling for the ball. Look at the separation created. Just easy, too, like a hot knife through butter. Easy. If I remember right, he's from New Haven, Indiana. So if you're from that area, you know something about him, feel free to drop that in the comments below. Hands catcher, that's what you're seeing right there. Not only a hands catcher, but initially gets upfield right when he brings it in. No lost movement, no lost steps, just assertive with the ball in his hands. Now, they said something about building up his technical skills, but when we're watching a route like that, he's selling it and then breaking back to the inside. That's pretty solid to me, and we can build upon that, but that's looking good. That's looking really good at the high school level. And we're going to see more sell tactics on a lot of his routes. But look at him. He's just burning people alive. We're showing some ball skills there, and then we're getting upfield. He's very elusive. He's very electric. He's very assertive. He creates distance. He's a very good wide receiver. Ohio State snuck one here. Now we got some cushion here between him and the corner. We're calling for the ball. Rises up, catches it. Good concentration, good hands. This is a very good wide receiver. When I compare him to some of the wide receivers that were ranked ahead of him over on 24/7 Sports that we watched recently, he's up there and past a lot of them because they're not doing this. They're not being electric like this. They're not creating separation with speed. He's showing hands just like them. He's showing some nuance. We saw that on a couple routes. But watch him right here. Let's see what he does. So the ball makes the guy miss. Now we're reversing field. We're creating separation. We're not 100% full go because we got to figure out what to do. But look at that. We're down to almost the 20, around the 25 area. Here we go. We're on the outside here. Ball's coming his way. Now we're going to get field. Make another guy miss. We make two guys miss. One guy falls on his face. And now we're reversing field. He trusts his speed. He trusts it. Now we're going up here. Nice sell on the cutback, on the curl route. That's a pretty curl. That's the prettiest curl I've seen going over film on these top 2024 wide receivers. That was the best curl route I've seen. Just how he broke it out, how assertive he was, dropped the head to sell the deep ball. There we go again. He's smooth with it. He's smooth on that curl. He's smooth on that. They said he needed to build up some of those technical skills in the scouting report. Nice hands above the head. I think for a 5-star prospect, I don't hear him get much talk. I don't hear it too much. And I'm from Ohio, and I'm not hearing people talk him up a lot. I hear Jeremiah Smith, Jeremiah Smith, Jeremiah Smith. I'm seeing this guy create separation. And I get it, you can say Indiana competition, but I can definitely say, hey, this guy's explosive. He's showing some finer nuances here. Look at the release there, the sell, showing hands, showing ball skills. Now we're on defense. Watch him attack the ball here. Boom. Gets to it. He's assertive. There's really not much to peg out as a negative here for this guy. There's not really much. I mean, you're building on top of those skills, and that's going to happen. But he's ready to go for the college level. He's probably going to be a year or two before we see him at Ohio State contribute at a high level, because that's what we saw with these wide receivers like Marvin Harrison Jr. That first year, we didn't see much out of him, and then that second year, we took off. That's probably what we're going to see here with this guy. We're going to see him just go off. Mylan Graham is the truth, though. I like his explosiveness. He's got a lot of burst. He's got a lot of upside, too, because he can stretch the field. He can create separation. And then when he's got the ball in his hands, he's nasty. He can make guys miss. He's got a nasty dead leg. He can break off his routes off the top. Very good. He's very snappy, and his hands are very plucky. Very strong hands. He can out-jump dudes. He's strong at the catch point. Good concentration. He sells routes well as well. He can really create separation off the top of the routes. There's really nothing he can't do. Good enough size, good enough burst. He's going to compete well at Ohio State. He's going to fit in well there. Ohio State better get some quarterbacks quick because they got some wide receivers still, and they keep bringing them in. And Mylan Graham's another one. He's another one. He's explosive. He's got burst. He's nuanced. Good route runner. He's very cerebral, too. You see that on tape. He does a lot of good things. You use him on special teams. He's going to hit quick. He's a good wide receiver prospect. I feel like he's being slept on a little bit. I think a lot of people need to talk this guy up. From what I see here on the highlights, he stands out compared to a lot of guys 24/7 Sports have ranked ahead of him. He stands out above a few of those guys that we just recently looked at. He stands ahead of them, and I can tell you that right now with confidence. Seeing that burst, seeing how technical he is off the release, and how he sells those routes, I can definitely see how he can be ahead of those guys, especially at the top of the route when he creates separation, when he has the ball in his hands, and he's moving past the defenders. He just keeps creating more cushion, being harder for those defenders to catch up to him. Once he has the ball in space, he's good as gone. Mylan Graham's got that gusto in his game. Let me know what you think in the comments below when you hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video.